Ciao, everybody. Welcome to episode 8 of the Bianconeri Zone, the podcast. I'm Julian Gennady, as always, and with me, as always, is Alejandro Fonsello. Buddy, how's it going? Is it a
Better.
little bit better today? Okay,
It
that's what I
is.
wanted to know. Because yesterday, I didn't even want to ask you the question when we were doing that match reaction, because I knew, and there's no need to ask. But today, what are we talking about? We're talking about the Roma game, match day 21, and the Supercopa final, and a little bit of the transfer window that's gone on since last podcast. Um, when is this going to go out to the people? Tomorrow?
14,
So
Friday.
by the time everyone hears this, it'll be January 14th on Friday, and news will be probably coming down the cooker regardless. So we might have some breaking news for you. Who knows?
Yeah.
First and foremost, though, the general theme of this just first talk is it's inconsistency, and it's with the team in regards to the team and how they play, and the general theme is also mental errors lead to goals against, and that's been the theme of the season. So if we go back to Sunday, the 4-3 win over Roma, all 3 goals were what? Mental errors,
Uh,
would you say?
yeah, like free kick. I know it is what it is, but
Yeah.
the other two, yeah,
And the penalty at the end,
yeah,
it's a
that,
mental error that could have been easily 4-4.
yeah,
Fast forward to Wednesday, and guess what happens?
yeah,
Mental mistake from the shoot. I'm not saying it's his fault completely, but to put yourself into that area and into that position, penalty shot again for Inter. They score on it this time,
yeah,
and then we know Alexandro. So
yeah.
nothing's changed since the beginning of the year.
No, and you know what it is? I was just, yeah, because I really watched the game. I fast
Yep.
forward a bit in the extra time because
Yep.
it was boring. Like,
Yep.
um,
Certainly.
so I rewatched the 90 minutes completely, and I was like, how did we lose this game?
Yep.
We were not great, but Inter were on the same. Yeah, they had the ball. That was fine. That was the idea
That was the
of
game plan,
that was the game
right?
plan. Like we
Yep.
knew what we had to do, and I'm like, how do we concede these goals? Like we just like okay,
Yeah.
Sandro gifted
Exactly.
it. Like he handed it on a plate basically. But even the penalty, like I was looking at Perrine, he had nothing crazy to do. Like it was just standard goalkeeping
He
all
made one
game.
good save. He made one
Yeah,
good
that
save
was a
of
good
the
one.
header.
Yeah, that was a
Yeah.
good one.
Yeah.
That was a very good one. But
Yeah.
other
Other than
than
that,
that,
nothing.
no. And then flip side, it's not that we created a lot of chances. We mess, and that's one thing I will not credit Allegri, but I agree with Allegri is in the final third we look clueless. Like we make so many
Yeah.
bad decisions. Like there's space. One time, Bernardeschi was cutting in, and he had Dybala. If he just
Yep.
squares it on Dybala's left foot, he had so much space. I'm not saying it's a goal, but knowing
It's a
Dybala
chance.
is a big chance. Knowing Dybala,
Yeah.
and he cuts inside and he runs just. I don't know. He just smacks into an Inter player. I'm like, you can't be this. I'm gonna say it.
I,
I'm not gonna say it. Otherwise, we're gonna cancel. You cannot be this brainless when you play. Like the football IQ is not
yeah.
there. Like
I was gonna say it's a carbon copy of the tactical board last week against Napoli.
yeah,
Carbon, like you copied and pasted into another game, and he dribbles from the right side into the middle into defenders. Cut and paste.
yeah, and it's becoming annoying now. Like it's already
Yeah.
annoying, but
It's been annoying. It's been
it's
4.5 years of annoying.
now it's becoming because he's gonna play more, and we're gonna see that more.
Yep.
Like it's not, and all these things, and even I don't think Morata had an awful game. He did what he had to do. Like there was
Yeah.
not really service up there, so I kind of felt sorry for him. But he set up the goal again.
Yep.
Um, but his hold up play was pretty good. But when he hold up the play, and he looked around him, he
No
was
one's
stuck.
around.
He was stuck. It
Yeah.
was so we were so far apart at times that
Yep.
he was struggling to get that ball to the wingers.
Yep.
If McGanny was not running in between, it was very difficult. But even like, and especially in the first half, Inter left a lot of space. on
They did.
Kulusevski's side most of the time, and we didn't exploit that, like not at all.
Nope.
And that's my point when I say we need to bring in a 6 so we can move Locatelli, because
He'll occupy that space.
yeah, and nobody can play that ball in our
No.
midfield, in our current midfield. Rabiot cannot do that. He played a good game.
He was fine for his limitations.
Yeah,
Yes.
it was better than like it was better.
Yeah.
But yeah, like it's just frustrating that we lost that game in that manner, and that's Sandro's third mental error this season. The Napoli one, I mean the third that leads to a goal. This one, and also the Reece James goal. Like he was playing center back at that point when you know you don't need to be in that position.
No.
So yeah, like he is. I saw some tweet saying no serious club should be employing Sandro and playing him in 2022, and I'm like, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, seriously. But guess who called up to the national team?
Yeah. Yeah.
Guess who's probably going to start for Brazil? It's crazy. It's crazy. What? Like obviously Juventus is thin at left back because we're a club team and we lack finances right now. But Brazil, the national team, you got Renan Lodi, you got all these other guys. How is he still starting? What is what do you say? Tite?
Yeah.
How does that guy deploy Alexandro?
It's the same as it's the same as Rabiot, to be honest. Nobody really has an idea, a clue on why he's playing. Like nobody really is grasping. Like nobody can see it because we can see him week in, week out.
Yes.
We can see they're not good enough for us, so let alone for the best crop of 24 players of an entire country.
Like top countries.
Yeah, like you know what I mean? Like it's very strange, but it is what it is. Maybe that's a positive thing. It keeps his value high. Maybe teams will offer more because he's on the national team. I don't know if that's a thing. Probably among some other among teams, because I know some players have bonuses in the contract. If they get called up, they get more money from their club. So maybe that's a thing. But yeah, he is. We basically talked about Sandro the entire match reaction video.
Yeah.
So it is what it is. We know what it is now.
Yeah, go check that out for our full opinion. Like it's quite clear. Just head the ball away on that specific situation. 120th minute, clear the ball.
Because I rewatched it. And on the Juve app, you can watch without commentary, just with a stadium sound. And you can hear Perrine scream, "Man in your back," like 3 times, "Man in your back," and he does that. So I heard that, and I wasn't sure, so I just replayed it, and Perrine yelled 3 times, "Man in your back," like watch out, there's someone, and he still does that. I'm like, Jesus, like come on. And then he look like Chiellini was like, "What the hell, man?"
Yeah, he's
like
shocked.
He couldn't do anything because if he tried to boot that, he would have.
He's kicking.
He kicked Darmian, or was it Darmian? It was Darmian.
Yeah, it was Darmian. Yeah.
And it was a penalty either way. Like he was too late. It's just like you cannot do that in that situation in the last second of a game. Come on.
Yeah. Again, 19-year-old, maybe I would accept it. Maybe.
Yeah, if that was the winter, I was like, okay, mistake.
Yeah. 31-year-old Brazilian international, been at the club 7 years, Champions League final starter. Nah, I don't. No.
No.
You just don't accept it at this point. We'll move on from that. The general theme, though, is the same minor mistakes. Well, not minor because they're major because we're conceding goals and losing games because of it. But even in the Roma game, you could have easily lost that game. Roma just had even more mistakes. It's starting to happen more. It's consistent still. It's consistently happening.
That's why when I did my Roma reaction video, I was happy. Like it was crazy. So yeah, you take that. But I was also like, this is not happening every week. Like it's a miracle. We can see like we scored 4 goals and we scored 3 goals coming from behind. Like that's insane for us.
Yeah, exactly.
Like that's just papering over the cracks. And the cracks are big. And I said, don't like don't take it game by game, because yeah, there was a debate on Twitter uh, today, so Thursday basically, saying you need to be proud of this. I'm like, no, you don't need to. Like, we lost a game, you cannot be proud. If we were Genoa and we took them to the final minute, I'm like, as a Genoa fan, yeah, I'm proud. Like,
Yeah, that's fair.
amazing. I don't care if we miss some players. I don't care. I'm still not proud of a defeat, and that's
No.
part. That's also part of the problem. What I mean, I'm saying, why is our B squad that bad? Not completely B squad, but what if we miss some players, and this team, who was already bad, looks like a bang average side, complete bang average side. I'm talking about the bigger picture, and that's mismanagement the last 3 years. Like, our A squad is
Yes.
not good enough, let alone our bench squad. You remember the time when we got clipped, or we were all over social media by BR Football 433 putting pictures of our bench depth.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Squad
where is
depth.
that
Yep.
gone? Like, where is that gone? And I'm complaining about that, so I'm not gonna be proud about that. Even if we miss players, yeah, we would have done better if they were there. But why are the the sub players this bad? Like, there's a reason.
To be fair, when those big accounts tweeted out our first and second teams, um, they were including guys like Rabiot and stuff, and now the drop off is just so immense that
Yeah,
like
but I remember the defense
yeah,
bench, like Benatia, Evra, and stuff like. Yeah, we were covered
yeah, yeah,
three
yeah,
times in some position. Like, it was insane.
yeah,
It was quality. It was
yeah,
good. Now it's like, and I said, if you have a game plan, if you have an idea of football, you can miss some players. The guys who are coming in, again, the quality will drop off. That's why they're bench players. But the idea remains the same, and you still have a shot. We went there and we defended. Period.
yep.
And that's no game plan. I'm sorry. Like that. Like,
It's
if
not.
you're not winning, if you're gonna play that in that manner against Villarreal, you're not winning that game. Impossible.
Yep. No, I 100% agree. You can't like it is negative, but what else can you expect from Allegri at that point
Yeah. Yeah.
in terms of the approach? Like you can't ask for like we go back to this like oh Liverpool always plays 4-3-3 and they always play the same way. Allegri just doesn't do that.
No.
Like even today, I watched Liverpool for a bit, and they had Minamino
Yeah, I was
playing
watching.
as a
Yeah.
left wing, and they just played the exact same way. And I want that to happen. To be honest, that's nice. Doesn't matter who's playing, but he's a guy who cannot do that. He doesn't have. He's too stubborn to do that. He has to take it game by game and approach it the way like that. That means he's too scared to dictate games
Yeah.
or try and at least.
Yeah.
And I'm not calling like that's the way he is. Whatever. He's been successful that way, but at the same time, when it's not working, it's frustrating to watch.
Yeah. I mean, it's also easier to be successful like that if you have difference makers all over the pitch. Like, then yeah, you can play like that. You know,
Yeah,
it's gonna if it's in the balance, most like I'd say 9 out of the 10 times it's gonna go your way, because well, you have quality on the pitch and they will
yep,
make it happen. But like, look at the squad we have.
yep.
It's there's nothing to be proud at the moment. And someone said, "Oh, you're spoiled because we won 9 years in a row." I'm like, that's special. I've always said that. That's because when we were winning 9 years in a row, people were saying, "Oh, it's boring. I'd rather win a Champions League and give away 5 of the leagues." I'm like, that's being
No,
spoiled.
yeah,
That's being spoiled. What we did was insane and probably will not happen in our lifetime again. Maybe. I don't think so. That was just insane what we did.
yep.
But that's 3 years ago now. And again, I said it in my reaction video, on my review show. Like, you can go from 9 titles to two
Second
seasons
place.
of competing for second place, and let's say six
Yeah,
games at the end of the season, you're out of it. Like, they're just too good. Fine. But we went from winning titles to scraping top four, and now maybe even missing out top four.
yeah,
That's not a normal decline. I don't care what people say. That's not normal. That means the management had no project, and everything they did was planned badly. And well, if you change coach 4 times in 3 seasons, then Yeah, it's bad.
And
Period.
back when people look back in history, Juventus fans are gonna say, "Well, that was a pandy. That was because of the pandy." They won't look in depth into it, and it's like, come on, let's open our eyes for a second. It's been going downhill literally since Ramsey and Rabiot were signed as free agents.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I guess we'll include the Ronaldo signing. I'm not saying it's his fault directly, but we couldn't improve the squad anywhere else.
No. So yeah, and people. Oh, that's something I also hate when people say that you're a fake fan when you criticize. I'm like, no, you're a fake fan because you're lying. You're
Yeah,
lying. You're lying to
I
yourself,
agree.
to everyone. That's being fake. I'm sorry. Like I tweeted out, this club is all about winning.
Yep.
It's winning. Like the slogan of the club is literally winning. Like
Yeah.
it's printed in our t-shirts at times.
Yep.
Like it's not important. It's the only thing that matters, and it is. That's why I will not be proud when we lose a game. I will be satisfied the way we set up. I'm like, okay, at least these guys can be drilled. Besides one guy having a mental breakdown on the pitch, basically.
Yeah.
But other than that, that's a maximum. Other than that,
Yeah.
no.
No. Again, how can you be proud of something that doesn't work?
No, I don't get it. I don't
How
get
can
it.
you be proud of a thing that didn't come off? You're like, it's not, and I guess that's being too arrogant. No, it's not arrogant. That's not arrogant.
No. If you scrape the win, then yeah, I will give you that. Yeah. I would say yeah. With that squad, you pulled off the win somehow when nobody gave us basically a shot. To be honest, not even like we ourselves.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, you won. If we win, I'm always proud. Like that's standard.
Yes.
I'm proud. Even if it's a shithouse win, I'm proud. We won. But if you lose, no way. Like if you lose with 8 men for 90 minutes, something crazy in that, and we scrape it until the end, I'm like, yeah, that's insane. Like, come on. Well,
Yeah.
it
Good
was
for the
11
8 players
against
that played.
11
Yeah.
still.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Well,
I don't care.
again, the beginning of the season, we've done 8 episodes of this podcast now. It's been how many games? 28 now. And there's still mental mistakes happening. Like Allegri is the guy who's supposed to drill these out of your head.
Yep.
He's supposed to be the guy who's like, no, you focus for 90 minutes. That's how you win games. Well, guess what? How many times we have 11 wins in 21 league games, 5 in the Champions League? Fine.
Yeah.
You're doing well there. 2 really crap teams we played against. And the Supercopa mistakes led us to our demise. So, as you've been saying this for a while, it's down to the players at this point. Because it's down to the players.
Yeah, also.
They can't. They're just incapable of cutting out their mental errors now. They're in their own heads.
Like at the end of the day, it's coaching. Like I again, we know the quality isn't that great, so I expect a drill team, and we're not drilled. At times, yes, but that's not drilled. If you do that one time every month, that's not drilled. That's kind of, I don't call it luck, but like,
yeah,
fluke. Like you fluke it. Like every team has a good game. Like it's what it is.
Yeah. And we're not doing a post-moratorium today. Like that's not the whole point today. Today is just, I personally want to point out individual errors are still happening, leading to poor results. And Roma game aside, there's still a lot of mental errors happening in that game, and we conceded 3 goals still. So we need to cut that out for the rest of the season. But again, the inconsistency is leading me and you. I'm going to speak for you because you've been saying it. It's leading us to believe that we're just going to be inconsistent this whole year. There's no proof of that not happening.
Yeah, I agree.
So it is what it is. Is there anything else you want to talk about in those 2 games?
Nah,
since we're
It will come
reviewing
up
them.
probably during the show, but no.
We will be talking about some transfer stuff because in injury time, there's going to be questions about that stuff. We have a couple of quotes from Allegri and Arriva Bene. And as we get into those, we're going to also talk about, transfer stuff. Sorry, is the Allegri quote first?
Yeah.
And this is what I wanted to also say: no tactical board today because we couldn't get to our I couldn't get graphics of the games to really pick out points. But again, the mental errors are the ones that killed us in these past two games. So Allegri quotes. This is directly after the game.
Yep.
These are the games I enjoy most. Our character is there. We're physically better, and we've held up 1-on-1 at the back. Now we're thinking about Udinese. We need to take one step at a time to get to the top four. We've had some good games this year, and we didn't do badly against Napoli. Weird. Certainly better than we did against Roma. This negative thing must trigger something positive in us.
I put that quote in there because again, I agree. I thought I agree we played better against Napoli than against Roma. We did for 90 minutes. Like we played good against Roma for 7-10 minutes. That's it.
Yep.
So I agree with him. I know what he means. Like I know what he means. But the last part is the negative thing must trigger something positive in us. Bonucci, Bernardeschi, most of the time the Italian players, not gonna lie, they say the same thing after every defeat. I'm like, is the trigger broken? I don't know because like you keep saying it, and the quotes after the game, like, "Oh, we go again. We learn from the mistakes." No, you don't. Like, don't say it because like we can see it. Like we're not blind. We're watching the games. Like we can see you're making the same mistakes over and over and over and over again. So don't do that. Don't say that. It's like Allegri saying, besides the mistake, Alexandro was having his best game of the season. Like he could have an amazing game. He made that mistake. He lost basically the cup. Shit game. Write it off. It's a write-off. I don't care. Like it's what it is. You cannot. And again, I'm not saying come on camera and say Alexandro was a donkey. He fucked up. Like I'm not saying you need to say that in front of the camera, but saying that, I think that's insulting the fans. I keep saying it because we're not stupid.
It is.
We're not stupid. Like you're taking the you know what out of us because it's not the first time. This season alone, this month alone, not alone this season. So, I mean, I think it's disrespectful. I don't know what you think.
No, you're right. The way you said that, it's insulting to the fans that because we've seen the 2 out of the last 3 games. So the 2 games Alexandro's played in. Mistake on the Napoli goal, or on the only Napoli goal. Mistake in the final 120th minute to lose the cup.
Yeah.
What was so good about his game on Sunday or yesterday?
I have no idea because I rewatched it and I have no idea.
It's not like he was defensively astute for 119 minutes.
Also,
it's not like he was Marcelo or Roberto Carlos going up and down the wing.
No. Also, before I forget, I think the last home game we played, was it against Napoli? I'm pretty sure. And it was Alexandro. Remember that back pass to Chesney? And Chesney needed to come out. There was a video from Allegri, someone filming at the sideline. And he was yelling at the bench saying, just put it into the stands. Don't take any risks. So he knows that. He knows that.
Yep.
You've seen that. And he did that again. And then you come out saying he was having his best game so far. Like, I think that's disrespectful. For me, basically saying to the fans, you have no idea what you're saying.
Yeah, it's saying not just to you and I, but for example, he's telling us we're idiots.
Yeah.
Because we're saying that he had a bad game, not just because of the error, mostly because of the error, but he doesn't provide anything going forward. So just doesn't do that. You're a fullback. You should be able to do that in the modern game. B, you weren't good defensively. Like, sorry, you were fine. I get like he was okay. A couple times you got dribble pass, whatever, and you won a couple of good defensive headers on Dumfries. Okay, great, you did your job. But don't like. I'm gonna use exactly what you said. Do not insult the people, the fans that are watching you week in, week out, sometimes even twice a week, and say that was his best game of the year, because that was certainly not his best game of the year.
No. We've seen the I think it was in September, the first two
Yeah.
games, or not the first two games, but one of the early 2-3 games.
Yeah.
Those were the best games of the last 3 years, not this year.
Yeah. Since 2017.
Yeah. So don't lie to us. Don't go out there and insult the player. I'm not saying that, because I think that's pretty obvious that that's not gonna happen. And I'm okay with that. Like I don't want that, because you know what's gonna happen in the media.
Yeah.
But don't do
all
that.
All he has to say is he made a mistake. We lost. Oh well. We have to move on. Like we played Udinese Saturday.
Yeah.
And that's it. Don't overdo it.
Yeah.
Just state, yes, you made the mistake. We play Udinese Saturday.
Yeah.
He doesn't have to go into, oh yeah, but he played a really good game otherwise. We need him for the rest of the season. Don't say any of that. He made a mistake. We'll see you Saturday.
Yeah, that's what he needs to do. Because
will he do it? No.
No, but like, he should be understanding the situation, the fans.
Yeah.
He is doing everything to trigger the fans even more. Like.
Yep.
If he comes out and says he made a mistake and a player of that caliber shouldn't be making those mistakes, but it happened, we move on now. We need to move on. I think a lot of fans will say, "Wow,
that's respectable."
That's he said that finally, but
yeah.
he wants to do, like, even when there's nothing positive, he wants to make it positive. I'm not that guy. If it's negative, it's negative. Like, don't
get me wrong. If he wanted to say McKennie had an all right game, if you want to hype up other players, fine.
Yeah.
But do not overhype Alexandro that game. There's no need to do that. Like you said, he's triggering fans. Like I got pissed off when I read what the Bianconeri Zone tweeted out yesterday.
Yeah.
For the quote. I was like, no way.
He was asked twice.
First, okay, even better. Say
straight after the game, and the second one was in the presser room. So he had time to think about it, and the second time he overdid it.
It's not required at that point.
It's what it is. Like
the less you say in tough situations, sometimes is better.
Yeah.
So I guess we can move on to Arriva Bene now. Something completely different.
Yeah. No game talk.
No game talk. It is what it is. We lost, and that's it. So we'll go on to Arriva Bene, and he's talking about Dybala again. I don't compare myself with anyone. What I said about Dybala applies to everyone. I want to see the desire to win, character. Whoever wears the Juventus number 10 must realize the importance he has for us, but it applies to everyone. Okay. So directly after yesterday's game, there was a report from TYC Sports. This is not the greatest outlet, right? News outlet.
But it's mostly for Brazilian players, yeah. So I was kind of shocked that they came out with this one.
Okay, so they said Dybala is unhappy with the contract negotiations, and not necessarily that he's going to seek another club, but I guess it's on the table.
Yeah, and then Di Marzio said, like, he knows the club is putting everything on hold, and they want to renegotiate the basically the fixed wage and put money from the fixed wages into bonuses.
Yeah.
And then Mirko Di Natale said, I have any confirmation about the news from TYC. He will be back in February, his agent. So up to that point, nothing can happen, which I don't agree with, but okay. But the point of everything is, because there will be a question from someone. He asked something about Dybala. But main issue is, again, Romeo says it's done. Like, we need to respect that. But come on, like, it's not done.
I'm going to tell you something. You and I called it months ago.
Like, it's not done.
We called it months ago. Like it's never been done. It's never been done.
I'm not saying it won't be done. but it's not done. Like when you go from at the end of the summer, end of January, mid September was it
Christmas.
then?
Yeah.
End of October, before Christmas, end of February. Like something is wrong. Like come on, you can think for yourself. Something is wrong. And those quotes from Arriva Bene, like it's every game. Like if
Yeah.
it's done, you don't talk like that. You don't
Exactly.
talk like that. Like if it's done, you say,
You
yeah,
don't say prove yourself. You say,
no.
yeah, we're signing our future captain.
And against Roma, he said he needs to show, uh, to back up what he's asking for. Like you don't
Yeah.
say that if it's done. Like that's like, again, you can think what you want, but like come on, let's be real over here. Like we know
Yeah.
how this works. It's not done.
No.
And
And this also has nothing to do with the agent anymore, or I don't even know if it did in the first place at this point.
yeah, I don't, that's yeah, it's hard to believe at this point. It's very hard to believe. Let's be real,
Yeah.
um, because it's changing so many times. The deadline.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah.
So it's becoming very unbelievable. Like it's not believable anymore. So
Again, at the time of recording, it is like 13 days since he can sign with any team he wants.
yeah, and let me see.
So, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And we've been saying this forever. Like, if the deal was actually done, he would have signed the paper already. Like, no problem. But at this point, we knew, like, it kept going back and back, like you said. So there's a reason why, and it's because and I like what Arriba is saying, though. To be honest with you, I like that he's putting his foot down. Like, this guy, obviously he likes the sport, but he's also a good manager. It looks like nothing, no BS is going to go over his head. Like, he's having a firm grasp. No one's going to run the show but him in terms of finances, and that's good.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, I agree because that's what he's known for. So he better.
But that's
does
good.
that.
So he would never give a guy like Ramsey or Rabiot that
No,
money.
never. But just going back to Dybala, I think
Yeah.
he is gonna stay. I don't think he's gonna leave.
Fair.
Because I saw an article and that was the most clickbait thing I've seen ever, I think, from Dybala and Inter. Like, it was a report from Calciomercato. It was rewritten in an entire story, and at the end it says, according to Calciomercato, Morata wants him at Inter, but the title was joining Inter, like something insane. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I think if he doesn't sign with us, he will go abroad. I don't think he's gonna go Inter. But I think he's gonna stay. It's just, I said it in my daily news video. It's a risky game.
Yep.
Knock on wood. We have seen what happened with Chiesa out of nowhere. It can happen to everyone. It can.
100%.
We're talking about big money. Like, I want to say life-changing money. He already has life-changing money, basically. But
Cementing the legacy money.
Generational money
Yeah.
for your kids and grandkids. So he's playing with it. If it's really something with his agent, like, I would have sacked him. Like, I'm not
Yeah.
I'm not risking 50 million euros because you cannot sign a piece of paper in Italy. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I
No,
need my
100%.
money. So that's very strange. But yeah, I think it's gonna get done. But the Riva Bene quotes, also on the lake and stuff. I mean, the agents and blah blah blah, all those things, tells me it's gonna be a long summer. Like,
yeah, he's not messing around, but that's also not good news.
Yeah, because
it's not bad news because he won't give out horrendous deals, but it's also not good news because who the heck are we going to buy?
Yeah, for better players, you probably need to give him a bit more. Like, it is what it is. That's how it works. But yeah, it's the okay. Thing.
So those are the quotes for today for this podcast. Do you want to move on to injury time now?
Yeah, we can do that.
So we'll go into the questions that you, the viewers, have been asking throughout the day. There is a Dybala question. I think it's at the end, so we'll get into more of our thoughts.
Oh, I will pull that up one first.
Oh, you want to go? Okay, we'll go that one first then. Perfect. And it's the question's coming from V6 Maybe it's Vendetta. I don't know. V6NDE77A. Maybe it's Vendetta. I don't know. And they ask, Dybala staying or going? Can we even blame him if he does go? So you've already kind of answered this.
I'm saying I think he's gonna stay. Can we blame him? No. Like we tried to ship him out of the club many times before. So nope, I don't blame him. Not at all. And that's what I think.
I'm gonna counter you. I think he's going. I think he's not staying.
Okay.
The reason is they've, like you just said, they've worked them. Like they tried to sell him countless times to to Man United, to Tottenham. They just try to force him out.
Yeah, that was a mad summer.
That was so weird. All this contract BS, and I don't blame him, the person, because he can ask for whatever he wants at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And he can also sign whatever he wants at the end of the day, because he has that power in his contract right now, negotiations, and because he's a quality player. So I don't blame him himself, but the situation is what it is, and he's hurt a lot or injured out a lot. And if you want to be was it Buffon or Chiellini that said, if you want to be the captain, you have to be available? I forget which one said that.
Yeah, it was Buffon.
Buffon said that. Okay. And that's a damning point, but he doesn't have to be the captain. But again, at the same time, he's been there the longest amount of time. He's their best player. Why wouldn't he be the captain? And you got to be available to be that.
Yeah, I also think he's gonna stay because like we cannot replace him, and I mean that in terms of money. Like I think like at the end of the day, you're gonna need to pay 50 million euros in wages net. I don't know what it is. Or you're gonna pay 50 million euros on a transfer fee plus maybe 20 million euros in wages. What's gonna come maybe not on the same, but you know what I mean, like.
Yep.
And we don't have that money.
No.
Or you're gonna let him go, and you're gonna keep Kulusevski and Bernardeschi, and that's scary. Like.
Yeah.
So I think they're just gonna cave in at the end, because not cave in, but find some type of agreement, because we don't have options. Like, let's be real. Like, it's not that if it was in 2017, yeah, we have money. Like,
yeah, this would be a non-issue, and he would be signed though.
Yeah, also, but like,
yeah,
if it came to that, we could have replaced them. But now it's like we don't have even money to sign Locatelli on a normal deal.
Yeah,
not some, I don't know, FIFA deal. So that's my main reason why I think he's gonna stay. Basically, that's that.
All right, I think this is like one of the first times we disagreed.
Yeah, that's new.
That's good.
Do you hope he's staying?
Because of course, I hope he stays. Again, jersey right there.
No, because I see a lot of people saying, I don't care if he leaves. He's never fit, which I get, but like, I don't know.
I care if he leaves. He's great. He's exceptional when he plays.
Yeah, I agree.
But I don't think he's staying. Okay. And I don't blame him.
Okay, that's fair. Like, I don't blame him if he leaves, but I think he's going to stay in the end.
We'll see. Couple of months. Next month is February. We'll see what happens in the next part of the saga. We'll move on to the next question. I think we'll go from the top.
The first one.
With this is from Anthony. Let's get Fuschetto 02. If we actually play with this Grinta that we showed yesterday in the Supercopa final, and he says, I know we lost, but it was better than expected. Could these performances give us a better chance at the top four?
I think we will need to rely a lot on that, because technically, if you're just gonna rely on it technically and tactically, we will not get it. So I don't want to be that passion fan, but like, we know it's not gonna change. Like, we're not gonna wait. Like, on Saturday, we're not just gonna play lights out football.
No,
like, it's not happening. Yeah, so I hate that, but yeah, that's what we're gonna need, in my opinion, a lot in many games, and especially away to Milan next week.
Yeah,
a game. Yeah, it's a must-win game. Like, it is what it is. Like, we need to call it as it is. It's not easy, but it's a must-win game. Like, we need to show that again, we need to show what we showed yesterday. Again, it's in a stadium with 5,000 fans. I think that will help us a lot. It will take the pressure off a bit because it won't be that hectic.
Yep.
But again, we lost when there was no fans, when we were 2-0 up or 2-1 up with Ronaldo and Rabiot, and we got spanked and with no fans in the stadium. But
yeah,
I think yeah. Not saying we're gonna make top 4, but I think we're gonna need it to make top 4.
Like you said, strictly talking about in footballing terms, the technical ability of the club and the tactical ability, you need more than that with this team if you want to make a top 4. Because not that I'm saying that we haven't tried, but unforced errors, that's technical ability, that's mental errors. They're already hemming us down, so you better just grind it out. And I'm fine with it if it works, but you better do it because, like you said, Paulo Dybala is not going to remember our last Scudetto, where it was just individual performances, like Dybala just scoring a goal because he bent it around 3 guys, Ronaldo scoring crazy goals, and Douglas Costa even coming into the scene a bit. We don't got that anymore. We got Dybala at most. I agree. It's got to be cross, grind, win balls, get scrappy goals, like McKennie's goal against Inter. So I agree with Anthony a bit, but it's got to be more than just Grinta as well.
Yeah. No. I'm not saying you solely need just Grinta. Like that's not enough. Like, let's be real. But I think we're gonna need to rely on that a bit more in terms of grinding out results in the end. Because I don't think we're good enough to play consistently for 90 minutes and dominate games.
Yeah.
I don't think we're that good.
No, definitely not. We couldn't even do that against Salernitana. So
yeah.
But we'll move on. We'll move on to a constant question asker at Juventino MC. He's always on. I love the questions. If Juventus doesn't win any trophies but secures a top 4, is it a success? 100%.
Yeah.
100%.
I don't call it success, but it's
how we started. It's
a goal. Let's be real. It's a goal to get in the top 4, maybe with a trophy. But at this point, with our financial situation, I don't really care. But I care. I want to win the Coppa Italia, but it's not the end of the world. We need to get top 4 because
priority is top 4.
Yeah, we need the money. It's that simple. We need the money.
Priority is top 4. Everything else is just icing on the cake.
Yeah.
Even a quarter. Even if we beat Villarreal, I consider that a success. And that's where we're at, because we haven't progressed in the Champions League in a while. And when was the last time when we played Ajax? Right. So it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
That's bad.
Yeah, that's not good.
No.
Again, and people jump on Allegri when he says we need to be in the top 8 in Europe every season. I think that's the bare minimum for a club as us.
Yes, 100%.
We should be in the top 8. Again, I'm not saying that's the goal. We'll just get in there and then, I don't know, throw it away. Because because when Allegri says that, I think people think, he's just aiming the final 8 and that's it. That's not what he means. He says we need to get into that and then everything can happen. Then we go from there. But getting into the final 8 should be the bare minimum. And I agree. It should be the bare minimum.
100%.
So success, I don't know.
Yeah, what is your ideal for the rest of the season? The outlook for the season. What is your ultimate success? What's the ideal outlook for the rest of the season?
So the maximum we can get away. What I think.
Yeah.
It's getting top 4. And then we need to beat Villarreal.
All competitions though.
Yeah, we need to beat Villarreal. We need to pass that round for sure.
So you want to make the quarterfinal, you want to make top 4, and Coppa Italia doesn't matter?
No, I think we need to win that. Not need to win that, but I think getting to the final shouldn't be a big problem. Not a big problem. I don't want to be arrogant, but like it shouldn't be something crazy. Like you
Yeah,
shouldn't be surprised. Like it's a
yeah.
goal. It should be like you have Sampdoria now. I don't know the path to the final.
I don't know either.
I
This
think
is a
we were
round of
on the
16. I don't
side
really
of
pay attention
Napoli. I
until
think we were on the side of Napoli and Fiorentina
yeah.
and maybe
I don't
Inter.
pay attention until we have to play the two-legged semifinal. It's two legs, I have no idea.
But yeah, no, I want to get to the Coppa Italia final, but
Okay.
It's top 4 and beating Villarreal for sure.
Top 4, Coppa Italia final, quarterfinal, Champions League. Okay. Yeah. I think I'm in the same boat as you. At least make the Coppa Italia final. Definitely make the top 4 in Serie A, and you got to beat Villarreal. Like that's the minimum. So I'm in the same boat. All right, move on. To next one is from Boss Break. Is it possible to see Allegri leaving before June? I know it's not something we usually do, but he is clearly not on the right way to help us. It's actually been something we've been doing. The last 4 years, we've actually just changed the coach.
Yeah, I think he means now, mid-season, basically, before June, before the end of the season.
Oh, okay.
I think he meant that. But I don't think so.
No, it's too much.
Why?
Again, finances.
Yeah, we gave him a long-term deal, and I think he said like we knew the possibility of not getting in the top 4 existed this year, and rumors were he was willing to come back even if we were in Europa League now. I think the club made a choice, and he's gonna ride it out. And I don't think we're gonna ever sack him. If it really turns that toxic, I think he's just gonna walk somehow. Like maybe they find an agreement,
mutually
something like that. But he's gonna walk. I don't think he's gonna get sacked if it really turns into that toxic, or how do you want to call it? I don't think we're gonna
toxic environment. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna sack because the fact that he said no to Real Madrid just to come to us, he's here for the long run.
Imagine him coaching Real Madrid right now.
Yeah.
And then he never played Vinicius because he's too young and good. I'm kidding.
Yeah, they have a quality squad. Like he has no choice because
that kid is electric.
Yeah, but he has no choice there. Like whoever he puts in there is quality. So like even if he picks the wrong player, it's still quality out there.
Like that Camavinga never plays. And
I said it at the time. He shouldn't have gone there.
Like they're 5 center midfielders. Listen to this: Cruz, Modric, Casemiro, Fede Valverde, and Camavinga.
Yeah, that's insane. We have Locatelli.
Yes. And who might be.
He will be a bench player over there. Let's be real.
Yes.
Like let's just. That's.
I was gonna say he might be even 6th choice at that team.
Maybe
maybe between 4 and 6 at least.
Yeah. Wow. That's reality. So that's the.
And they didn't spend a bunch of money like in the past years. They only just bought Camavinga recently.
Yeah, they were just in a slump when Ronaldo left, and they it was normal. Like if you lose a guy that scored over 400 goals for the club, like you're gonna struggle in the first season or so. Like that's only normal. It's what it is.
Yeah.
Like Messi carried that Barcelona side last season. He's gone. It completely went to you know what. So
yeah.
But yeah. But again, they will spend big time now. So
yeah. So back to Boss Break. We both don't see him leaving. Unless they're in trouble even next year, I don't see him in the hot seat at all. We'll move on to Yusuf Mirmo. He's usually part of our live shows in the live chat. He's always in there, so nice to see him on here as well. How long will it be until Juve get their identity back? We need to replace at least 8 players with little to no money, and we barely have enough to buy Scamacca. How long will it take, or how many transfer markets until we see a Juve that can fight for the Scudetto again?
I would say at least 2 summers.
2 summers? Yeah.
At least, because we have so many things to fix. Like, because there will be a question, I think one of the next one, so I want to keep it for that. About the starting 11. I think that's the next one.
Yeah, it is.
So we have so many things to fix. Like, and we will get there again. But like, you can and the financial situation. Like, it's not like we're PSG or
Yeah.
Man City or even Juve, but 3 years back or 4 years back.
Yeah.
That's already good enough. But so yeah, it's gonna. I think it's gonna take 2 summers. Like this summer is, I think it's just to weed out the players you don't need.
Yeah, this is gonna be a fight this summer. Like,
It's gonna be a fight and trying to get some players in, but also I think fill the squad with younger players you already have. I think
yeah,
that's gonna be and evaluate them. That's why I think getting in the Champions League is very important. And then maybe next summer when you weed out many players, you weed out the rest, and you basically fill up the team with
yeah,
with the replacements. So that's why, and that's the bare minimum. That's being positive.
yeah. No, seriously, that. Oh, yeah. I think. Oh, before we reach. So, in terms of competing for the Scudetto again, I think 2 years is probably gonna be a thing. But if you want to be back to where we were in the mid 2010s, it's going to be like almost half a decade, in my opinion.
Oh, yeah, maybe for that level, yeah, because we said it
Yeah,
before, like that. You don't get Pirlo on free. You don't get Pogba
yeah,
on for 90K, 900K. Like you're not
yeah.
getting those players. Or if you don't for
Also,
30 mil, Marquisio in your squad already, and a backline that was insane. Not
yeah.
at the time, but like in 1 year time they were insane. So there was quality out there.
And my half a decade assumption of that is based on my trust factor.
Okay.
I have to have 100% trust in the management.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
If I don't have that, then I don't like at this point I can't find a way back into that level of success.
Yeah, I get that. Yeah, that's fair.
But in terms of Scudetto, you can turn this around quick because you like again we saw we can compete with Inter with that scrap.
Yeah, it's just
So
it's
you get a
just
couple more players here and there, like you're back on that level almost. So that could be a 2 summer thing, no problem. But in terms of competing for the Champions Leagues or maybe even the Super League, we'll have to. It's going to be a while.
yeah.
It's a good question though, and you don't get to Serie A supremacy by signing Scamacca, so
No.
take that name out. No, I'm kidding. Is this nope? Second last question, and this one is from Notorious Pig, and he's saying, let's pretend it's the beginning of next season, so the 22-23 season. How many players within our starting 11 will have changed in your opinion?
Like,
and this is a continuation almost from the last question.
yeah, so like, who do I want to change is different.
Yeah,
Who
yeah.
I think will be changed is, I don't know what our starting 11 is, but I would say Sandro. I think maybe he's gonna be at the club, but I don't think he's gonna be the starter next season. So I'm going Alexandro. I'm probably going De Ligt because, well, he's gonna leave most likely. Just going worst case scenario, we need money, so I'm going De Ligt. I'm going, yeah, Rabiot if he plays, or Betancourt. I think we will get another midfielder.
Yeah.
And I will go Morata because we're not gonna buy him.
That's logical. So, that's the most. Yeah.
That's already being very realistic. Again, and with Sandro, I mean Pellegrini can play.
Yeah,
not even
the left back is going to be internal. The left back is going to be internal in terms of actual summer replacements. I can see a center midfielder definitely coming in. To what quality, I have no idea, but they've got to play over Rabiot / Betancourt / McKennie.
And the more I think about it, I don't see any rumors at all of us bringing back Rovella. Like normally at this time, what do you mean
bring back? He's coming back regardless.
Yeah, but keeping him. Like normally you get the talks about he's coming back and he's staying. Like you can hear that from his agents, some leaks. The way he speaks or the way he answers. There's nothing out there, so I'm kind of.
He's been hurt.
Yeah.
So he's been kind of irrelevant in the past month. So there's that, but maybe in the next month if he starts to pick it up again and he starts dominating, or not, he starts doing his thing again and playing at the first half of the season, then you might hear a little bit more. But at this point, he's been so quiet because of the injuries, so we'll see about that. But going off our younger midfielders, Fagioli won halfway Serie B, whatever, MVP, and Miretti won Serie C. So that's good.
Okay.
Dominating their own leagues.
Serie C. Oh, Miretti.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
Miretti, yeah, sorry.
I was thinking Ranocchia.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, let's see.
But like you said, it's an internal solution at left back because you're not going to spend money on a left back with money you don't have. You got to bring in a midfielder. Hopefully, it's a guy like Bruno Guimaraes or somebody else. Maybe Tchouameni, maybe Sanchez. Oof, maybe not Sanchez.
No,
I don't know.
if
those two are options, I hope it's not Sanchez. And then up top,
it's gonna be Scamacca. I said in my daily video, like, we kept the Vlahovic dream alive long enough. Like, it's time to move on. It's gonna be Scamacca most likely.
Yeah.
And we need to deal with it. I mean, don't oppose it, but like, it is what it is. If he comes in, I'm gonna support him because, well, I want to win.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
But I just don't see it. I keep saying it. Maybe he surprises me in the next few months, and I will change my mind. But for now,
minds can be changed. But right now, exactly.
I don't really see it. I really struggle to see it.
So to fully answer Notorious PIG's question, we pretty much say 4, and we're looking at it in terms of what the club should be doing. Not like if it was me, it'd be almost everybody.
Yeah,
almost. Like, I'm not lying.
I think only De Ligt. I keep Chesney. I keep De Ligt. I keep Chiesa, Locatelli, Bonucci, Dybala. That's it.
Yeah.
The rest needs to go. But yeah, that's not gonna happen. Like, not even when we have money. So let alone now.
Like, never in a mercato or in a football season will you see a team switch out half their roster, starting 11.
That's also
never gonna happen.
Like, it's also not gonna click. Like, it's gonna be a disaster of a season most likely. It's like what Newcastle is trying to do now. You can buy all the players. They need to click mid-season, all of them. It's not easy.
No, I was gonna say, like, PSG bought 6 new players, and that's PSG. We're not doing that.
Yeah. And they're not even playing all those players.
Yeah, exactly. So this is the last. Oh no!
Yeah, it's the last one.
Yeah, this is the last question, and it's from Chamaktar Chiesa. What is the best formation without Chiesa?
So I made the graphic, so I had time to think about it, and I have no idea. I have no idea. I didn't even had a clear idea when Chiesa was fit. So you go.
Okay, this is the coach in me, and the coach in me says, do what Liverpool does. Not in terms of stylistically, but in terms of just having a set formation and keep playing it, regardless of player A, B, or C out.
Yeah.
And what I've been preaching this whole time since the channel started, I would like to see a 4-3-3. I would like to see a 4-3-3 with an inverted right winger in Dybala. So on the left side, at this point, as a left winger, Kulusevski or Bernardeschi. Sorry, that's what we got. Okay. And then obviously fill in the rest. Then you got Morata up top. McKennie is the advanced midfielder. Locatelli and Arthur's 6, even though Arthur's about to leave. So, and then the backline's the backline. So I guess at this point, Pellegrini, De Ligt, Bonucci. Actually, you know what? Chiellini, De Ligt, and Quadrado, because Chiellini's still a monster.
Yeah, he is, but I think Bonucci's gonna play for obvious reasons because he can play out from the back, like he can play those long balls, and that's important for us. So he's gonna play, but not even Allegri knows his lineup, and that's a big issue. It's a big issue. So we change it up. Like, we can look it up, but I think no team in the world changes formation as much and personnel as we do because every game there's a change, and it's not injury related. He just mixes it up. It's Betancourt, it's Rabiot, then it's McKennie, then it's Rabiot again, then it's Kulusevski, then it's Bernadeschi, like Keane. He changes it up so much, you cannot create anything. It's fair. You can train all together, but match day is something different, and you play together and you learn together.
100%. And again, this goes to squad composition.
Oh yeah.
Management has not provided a proper squad.
No.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
So that was injury time. Any quick notes from what Fabrizio Romano said in his podcast?
Oh, he said.
In terms of the transfer market.
What did
he say? Like Sardar Azmoun.
Oh, okay. He said. He said there has been contacts for Azmoun, but nothing advanced.
Yeah.
They will look for an opportunity, basically. So that's basically saying on a cheap. Because they want to make a big move in the summer.
But
and
if that big move, Skamaka.
Yeah, I think he means money-wise, 40 mil.
Yeah.
Player-wise, so that's that. And then he also said the name for a midfield is Loftus-Cheek. They like Bruno, but for this, yeah. But for the winter, 45 is 50.
Too much.
45, no.
45, I think, is too much.
I'm just yeah. And then he also said, what did he say? He said something about
Arthur on his way out.
Oh yeah, he said Arsenal openly talking with Arthur for about 5 days. I think he said. Wow. He said he would love to join Arsenal. Even basically though he's happy at the club, he's settled at the club with us. But Juve want to sell him rather than loan him out. And even if they eventually cave into loan, they first need a replacement, and for now there's nothing concrete.
So is the Loftus-Cheek is that what we're zoning in on right now?
Yeah, that's it.
And you know what, I'm gonna be completely honest with you, that's if he stays fit, decent upgrade.
Like, okay,
box to box.
That's my main issue. He struggles to stay fit.
Yeah.
But I think he will do very well under Allegri.
Yeah.
Is he the main guy, the main solution? No, he's not.
No.
Because he's kind of like, he's a bit inconsistent. Like, if he's on his game, he's very, very good. Like, he's actually very good.
Yeah, he's tall, strong, physical, good on the
Allegri.
ball.
That's Allegri.
Good. Yeah.
I think he had I would say 4-game stretch at Chelsea, maybe in November, where he was very good. Like, he was in the team. And he deserved to be in the team. And then I think he picked up an injury and he kind of disappeared again, faded away, some bad performances. So is he the solution? No. But then on the flip side is he doesn't even use Arthur now. So, well, he's not the solution either. So
let him have a toy he wants.
But my problem is you loan him out, he picks up an injury, knock on wood, he comes back and you need to pay his wage for doing nothing. That's I hate a dry loan for a player that costs that much money. Like, because the rumors are Arteta really, really likes him. Great, put an obligation to buy in it if you really like him.
And that transfer's, if it's not a dry loan, the transfer will take up until the last day of January.
And also don't do an option to loan. Don't do that. If you're just gonna loan, do a dry loan. Then if it's a loan, because if it's an option, you need to wait. Don't be stupid. If he really banks for Arsenal, well, you can set the price at the end of the season. It's gonna either way. If he banks, they're gonna buy him most likely, even if there was an option to buy. So don't do that. Then just do the dry loan. But even if he picks up an injury and it's an option, they're not gonna use the option. So just do a dry loan then. But I don't know. It's very strange. I still think nothing's gonna happen in January, like I keep saying it.
Yeah.
Because the names, Gomez and stuff like that from Valencia, 2 goals on the season, I'm like, what the hell? Like, come on.
Oh, those in particular, yeah. But I think if Arthur does go, Ruben Loftus-Cheek comes in, I think that's an upgrade. Not in terms of raw talent, in terms of what Allegri wants.
Yeah, he's going to use a player.
Yes.
So, yeah.
And it's weird that a bunch of middling English players are coming over to Italy.
Yeah, that's
Like
also
a lot.
strange.
Yeah. Like
Eh,
there's been Abraham so far,
I think
Niles.
the rumors are spread that food is great, weather is most not in Torino, but you can go to Rome in a few hours. It's great. The
Yeah.
lifestyle is great. I think that's the rumor. It's spreading now. The only
Great.
problem is the wrong players are coming.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
Bellingham should be coming. like,
Yeah.
but but yeah. Uh,
It is
but
what it is.
maybe that's a positive thing, and with in terms for the future, maybe you can get a Bellingham when he was
Yeah.
17, but you need to give him chances. But just for the league in general, I think maybe that's opening doors.
Yeah. Like
Because I
you think
saw Milan want,
Maybe
yeah,
Tamir Abraham wants, or Tomori said, "Hey, yo, Ruben, it's good here."
yeah, no, Smalling,
Yeah.
Maitland-Niles. There are rumors that
Great.
Milan are also looking at Lingard for the summer. Again, I'm not saying they're
Yeah.
amazing players, but you never know.
Yep. Okay. So with that, that wraps up episode 8 of the Bianconeri Zone podcast. Be sure to click the bell icon to stay notified for all the latest info. So day of you're watching this, there will be a preview show of some sort for Udinese match day 22. So look out for that. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. We are almost at 2,000. Just almost if you haven't yet, subscribe and get us there. That'd be great.
Yeah,
um, Follow Bianconeri Zone on Twitter and Instagram for all the latest info, especially transfer news. Follow Alejandro at Alejandro BZ on Twitter. Follow Justin Safaro at Justin Safaro on Twitter. And follow myself at Janati151 on Twitter if you want some good takes. With that, Alejandro, you good?
I'm good.
You're good. Okay. We'll wrap it up there then. Thanks for listening, guys. Thanks for watching. See you next time.
Ciao.